when I entered into pastoral ministry, I just did that. I just was a pastoral worker. Never did the work before. Did medical admin for 20 odd years. But I was just there to visit people and, just serve them, bring communion. It was, I don't want to say simple, but it was pretty straightforward. But with accreditation, it was a process in applying, and it was a real process of discernment and reflection on why I was doing what I was doing. It's a real learning experience. But that ongoing, that I've learned, that is just our ongoing faith in our relationship with God. And with supervision, it reminds me every time I go that one, we need each other. And God didn't put us here as just a little entity that we just keep everything to ourselves. And there's such wisdom in everyone's journey. And I have to say, when I first learned I had to do, as a have-to-do thing, I thought, well, I'm only employed to do X amount of hours, but anyone in any sort of ministry in church knows, even if you're not employed by the church, knows that God is challenging us to make time for Him in all sorts of areas in our life. And so I went reluctant, I chose a day, well, I used to go on my day off, to fit it in with what I had to do, and now it's staying with the group that I started with the director actually, because with my supervisor, because the group changed because I had to change days, but you build a connection, and I can trust my supervisor to really help me with issues that I bring. So that ongoing thing, sometimes I come I don't have the time for this, but I think it's important to give God that time, to give others that time, and yourself to really reflect and think about why we're doing what we're doing, and how we continue to do it with more integrity, or with more of God as our focus and Jesus beside us, more awareness of that. It can be very powerful, but to me, that sort of rolls out. It just is an ongoing thing, and it takes time to develop that and to recognize it, because it's pretty full on, and but it's a nice time to really reflect and think about, and to get some support and encouragement from those around you. And they're strangers, but they're there talking to you, and then pretty soon you build a rapport and look forward to it. Because you do learn so much, even if you're not presenting or whatever. You listen and you contribute, and sometimes I go away and I think, I don't even know where that came from. I never even thought about that sort of situation before. But you do learn a lot, and you can apply it, then put it into action, which is what we're supposed to do. We're called to mission, and so it just fits in. So you tick one box and you figure out that there's all these little little branches that lead off from that into serving God in our church. That's good.